So I'm finally back from my week vacation in Chicago and I just love this town. I had a lovely time and I did a bit of shopping. So I decided to film a series of hauls for you. So this one is going to be all about beauty. It's going to be beauty things that I picked up either at Sephora, the drugstore, Whole Foods or Bath & Body Works. The next video is going to be all about fashion in bikinis because I bought like a ton of swimsuits, and the very last one is going to be more of like lifestyle slash food. I picked up a couple of things for my planner, picked up some sweet things to eat, so all of that will be in the last and third video. But today we're gonna talk about beauty. So the first place that I went into is Sephora, and actually something that I do whenever I go to the States is order online because I have a Sephora VIP card, so I can like redeem my points, and I always search on Retail Minute for coupon codes to get like free deluxe samples and stuff like that. So I actually did most of my shopping online. The very first thing that I picked up is the Josie Maran Blossom and Bloom kit. I absolutely love Josie Maran, you know it. I talk about it in countless videos. Josie Maran is just a babe, and her cosmetic brand is just wonderful. Whether it's skincare or makeup, I just love everything that I got to try from her. I was actually planning to buy the full size of the Pure Argan Oil, and this kit was just a little bit more expensive, maybe $6 or $10 more expensive, but you got a full size of the Pure Argan Oil. You got mascara, a coconut watercolor cheek jelly, which is actually a shade that I already have, but this one is the travel size one, which is gonna be perfect to throw in my purse. You also got the Argan Infinity Intensive Creamy Oil and a very nice lipstick, which is called Argan Love Your Lips Hydrating Lipstick in Playful Pink. I haven't tried anything from this kit yet. I look very forward to it and I will report back on my blog. The next thing that I picked up is another palette from Nars. I know, palette, Nars, me, I'm just addicted. What can I say? I just love a good palette. I actually saw this palette in Sephora in Paris before. Never really looked at it because I honestly didn't need another palette, but this one is just wonderful. It comes with a travel sized lip gloss. This is in the shade Istria. It's a beautiful neutral pink, love it. It comes with 3 blushers, which are really nice because those 2 shades are matte. The middle one has a slight shimmer running through it, and underneath that you have a Laguna bronzer and a highlight, which is very good because I tend to travel quite a lot and packing makeup is always a bit of a nightmare because I want to have a couple of options, but still I don't want to overpack. So I think that this palette will be a great traveling companion. Another thing that I picked up from Josie Maran is the Coconut Watercolor Lip Stain and Shine, and I got the color Coral Oasis. I actually stumbled across it randomly at Sephora. It seems really interesting. On one side you have a lip stain and on the other side you have a lip gloss. And the great thing is that you can use these two together to create a really long-lasting lip, or you can just use the lip stain or just the lip gloss if you feel like it. So again, this is something that's going to be really great to travel with. Haven't tried it yet, but I will also report back on my blog. What I really like about beauty shopping in the States is that I'm able to find beauty brands that are on the more natural side, but still look great, feel very glamorous, have very effective product that smells great. It's pretty hard to come across at a reasonable price over here in Belgium. One of the brands that I really like is Boscia. Apparently someone told me that it's supposed to be pronounced Boscia. I used to say Boscia, but whatever. And this is the exfoliating peel gel. And I am all about chemical exfoliators. I have very dry skin that tends to have dry patches, so exfoliating is very important for me. I wanted to give this a go because it's pretty rare to find a good exfoliant that's on the more natural side of things. I already tried a few things from the brand and love them, so we'll see how I get on with this one. Something else that I really enjoy at Sephora is that they have rollerballs of perfume. We don't have these in Europe, which is a shame because traveling with a perfume is very hazardous. It can break, it weighs a ton, and it's not really useful to travel with a full-size perfume just for a 3 days getaway. So I'll always make sure to stock up on rollerball perfumes, and this time I got the Elizabeth & James Nirvana for her. I got the black one. If this one has a name, it's Violet Sandalwood Vanilla. I really liked the white one as well, but I thought that there was no point in buying the two, and I think that the black one smells a bit more sophisticated than the white one. And I also picked up the Bobbi Brown Beach perfume. This is something that I always give a sniff whenever I'm at Bobbi Brown's. Never buy it, so I decided that I would get the rollerball. That would be great to travel with this summer since I'm going on holidays in July. You know me and my brows, I always try new products. I have some cult favorites, and I actually repurchased the brow wreath from Anastasia. I got the shade Taupe, and I actually used this product like 2 or 3 years ago. Fell in love with it. But after a while, I just got to try the Hourglass one, which is still pretty much my everyday favorite because it's so quick, the texture is wonderful, but this one has a very fine tip and the color match is just perfect. So I decided to repurchase it just because I love to switch things up with my brows. Something that I picked up in store, actually I wasn't planning on buying this. This is from Bare Minerals and it's the Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream, and I got the Bare Minerals Smoothing Face. This is not an eye brush, this is a face brush. Actually, I was browsing Sephora and one of the sale assistants was helping me out, and I told her that I have very dry skin, and sometimes, like today, no matter what I do, it gets very dry, and I feel like sometimes putting a tinted moisturizer or foundation or even a BB cream just looks bad. It looks very patchy and really drying. And she told me that Bare Minerals actually released this really recently. And after the long haul flight, my skin was just a disaster. It was very dry, so I got to try this. I got the shade Vanilla number 2. This is a perfect match for me. And I really like this because it's a gel formula, which is something that I don't usually use when it comes to complexion, but it feels very hydrating and very cocooning on your skin, which is just amazing. And I actually got the matching brush, which is something that I didn't plan to, but she used it to apply it on my skin. It feels very, very soft against the skin and it blends the product very well. So this is pretty much what I've been using all the time when I was in Chicago. It has an SPF of 30, so it's perfect for spring and summer. And I will do like a full-on review on that on my blog, but so far I'm loving this. Something else I wanted to pick up has to do with brows, and this is the Gimme Brow by Benefit. It's a tiny brow gel. Actually, my best friend uses it, and it's just a perfect thing for those lazy days or those busy days when you want to have quite a bit of definition on your brows, but you still want them to stay in place the whole day. I think this gel has some kind of fibers in it, so it really builds up your brow while delivering quite a lot of color payoff. I really like it. So far, so good. I've been using it on its own. I've been using it over the Hourglass Art Sculpting Brow Pencil. Everything's fine. I actually adore this product and I cannot wait to use it more and more. This bag is like a bottomless bag. Ooh, this was a very expensive purchase. Actually, last time when I went to Sephora, it was in Miami, and I got the sample of the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I used that sample within a week. I was in love with it. Finding the perfect primer is actually something that I struggle with. I want something that will help my foundation to stay on longer. I don't want something that will feels very silicone on my face. I want something that feels a bit hydrating. But sometimes when I use a primer and then a product on top of it, things get a little bit patchy and a little bit difficult. When I tried the sample, I was in love. I went back at Sephora. They had the sample size, which was expensive. They had the middle size, which was very expensive, and they had this size, which was just like out of this world expensive. The reason I got the bigger size is that, first of all, it's a better value for money, but the main reason is that the medium packaging, which is the one that I thought I would get, is in a glass bottle. It's super, super, super heavy, so it's very impossible to travel with. I had to come back with my check-in luggage, and I didn't want to pay like an extra fee for the extra weight. So I decided to go for the bigger size. It comes in the tube, it's very easy to use, Love that. I apply it every single day with a flat foundation brush and I just absolutely adore it. Something that I've been wanting to try for years is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. It's basically a black eyeliner in, how would you describe that? It comes with like a pen, it's like a pen but it has like tiny brushes packed together to create like a tip. This is very surprising. I only used it once so far, but I loved it. The color is just very black and very shiny, which is something that I quite like with my eyeliner, but the tip is very, very fine and very precise, so it's just wonderful to use. I will use it more and report back on it, but so far I think I'm loving it. Something that I couldn't resist was this Tartelette blush from Tarte. Tarte is a brand that I always want to try because it's more on the natural side of things, and the couple of products that I have from them are really good, especially the Gifted mascara is just wonderful. So I decided to pick one of the blushes, and since I wanted to get the shade, I think it's Exposed, which is very similar to this one, I decided to get this one. This is the shade Celebrated. The packaging is just too cute, I love it. And it's actually very similar to Exposed. It's a very natural peachy pink color. I haven't tried this yet, so I cannot tell you anything about it, but I will put it in my dressing table drawer and give it a try in the coming days. And the last thing that I picked up at Sephora was something that I was meant to pick up in Florida, but it was completely out of stock. This is a Blender Cleanser Solid cleanser for your makeup brushes. And I know that Anna from Viviana Does Makeup used it in one of her videos. It looks very interesting, so I will give it a go because I usually deep clean my brushes with the Dr. Bronner soap, but I wanted to try something a bit quicker and something different, so I'll give this a go and see how I get on with it. Next, I stopped at Bath & Body Works to pick up a handful of the hand sanitizers. I really like these because you can get a deal with it's like 5 for $5, so it's pretty inexpensive. These are cute, the size is perfect, and they come in such amazing scents. So I got Honolulu Sun, I got Pink Peonies and Pears, got the Stress Relief one, which is actually my all-time favorite. I always have one of these in my car, and whenever I'm stuck in traffic, I'm just like washing my hands with that, and it keeps me very calm. I love the scent. I got the Energy one within the same range, and the last one I got is Vanilla Berry Sorbet. Looks very promising and smells amazing. And then I went to the drugstore. Of course, I always go to the States and come back with at least one AC nail polish. I decided to go for Wrap Me Up, which is actually a cashmere matte finish. It's just a beautiful matte finish. It's kind of a creamy, off-white, slightly beige color. It looks incredible. I actually wore it when I was in Chicago, and a couple of persons asked me what it was because they loved it. So I really look forward to using this more because it has a matte finish, and the great thing is that because of the matte finish it dries a lot quicker than the usual AC nail polishes. Since we're talking about drugstore product, I picked up a backup of the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I got the shade 120 Light Pale. Talked about this in many videos and on blog posts. I did a full-on review on that on my blog, so I will put the link to that in the description box down below. Love it. And since I love this one so much, I decided to get the brightening shade. Is that how it's called? Yeah, the brightener shade, which is this one. Used it when I was in Chicago. I like it, but I don't like it as much as I like the regular formula. I think this is really brightening, but it doesn't conceal the dark circle as well as the original formula does. So we'll see in the future, but so far, not impressed with that. I also picked up a new duo eyelash adhesive glue. This is my favorite kind. I got the dark one this time because last time I had the transparent one, which is not transparent at all. It just like packs into white bubbles on your eyelashes. Doesn't look natural at all. Also got the Pixie by Petra Glow Mist. This is a nourishing, hydrating and protective mist. I actually finished the Elemental Herbology Flower Harmonizing Mist, which I absolutely adored. Wanted to try something new, so I picked that up. Never been used. I will see how I get on with that. Picked up a travel size of the Dr. Bronner soap that I talked about before. I use it to wash my makeup brushes. I sometimes use it as a body wash. I can use it as a shampoo, you can wash your dishes with it. It's just something really useful to pick up and to pack into your suitcase whenever you're going away. I was on the market for a new heat protectant for my hair because I finished my VO5 one. So I picked up the Aussie Hair Insurance one. Never tried it. I will try it in the coming days and come back to you with a full-on review on that. And the last thing that I picked up is from Whole Foods. I love going to Whole Foods. You guys, if you have a Whole Foods near you, you are lucky because the selection of food and beauty stuff over there is just incredible. I'm so jealous. I got the Nourish Organic Replenishing Argan Oil Balm. This is basically a big stick that you can apply directly onto any dry area on your body and on your face. I thought this was a lazy girl's dream, so I picked it up and I will report back on that as well. I will be back on Wednesday with my fashion haul from Chicago, so make sure to check back on Wednesday for that, and I will see you later. Bye everyone!